your sword cause the time is near. Gotta do it big like Bon and Fair. I'm a rock star on a chandelier. Off the walls, yeah, I'm about to go crazy. For the beast, anybody that can tame me.
We're going to be using the Juvia's Place foundation again today. Well, let's get started. So I'm going to throw on a bit of grapeseed oil. Okay, and even though I didn't update at 14 hours, my makeup still looked really good at 14 hours. So I am not going to pre-powder because I don't think I need to. And I really don't feel like it today. I'm just lazy. I'm going to use the Clean Colors Selfie Perfect Primer today. See how that works with this foundation. This is the mattifying one. I think the lighting should be decent, that you can see what we're working with for like shade match. Because I'm not matching to my chest. I can't. It's just too light. Like, look at my hands. Okay, so we have the bit that we mixed yesterday that we still have left over of in here. Just putting that back on my palette. This is what we have left on the palette. And I don't think that is going to be enough. So I'm just going to put a little dab of Dakar 220. And I mean seriously, like a little dab. And then I'm going to use the 240 right there. So I added a dab of the 220 and a dab of the 240. I feel like my mixture isn't as successful today. I don't know. I'm going to take a little smidge of the 240. Whoa, that was too much. So I was only going to try and put like some dabs of it on my sponge and just pat that around my face, but now it's going to be way too much. So I guess we're making another mixture. So I guess I made enough for tomorrow again. Try to go a little bit heavier on the 240, because even though I don't want it to be too light, I do want it to not be so red. This color looks about right. Yeah, that's a little better. I'm going to use the Base Booster from BH Cosmetics. Now I'm going back to the way I used to do my makeup. I don't want to mess up my black shirt, so I'm just throwing on a piece of fabric as a drape. I was about to set my highlight, but I haven't put it on yet. So I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C12. Set with... Oh no, I was using my topaz powder yesterday and I kind of like that. Let me use my topaz powder again. And this is an old Ulta powder container. Sometimes my silly behavior of holding on to things forever, like empty containers, works out in my favor. I'm going to use a brush like I usually do to press in the powder I'm using to set my highlight. Again, this is a Ben Nye topaz powder. And this is why I use a drape. Haha, I'm a mess. So I got in some stuff from ColourPop. I have my palettes over here in categories. So these two are the ones I use for my sparkly ones. I'm trying to remember which one I use for my super sparkly. Okay, this is my palette for my super sparkly eyeshadows. Because I have Fyre, F-Y-R-E, Frette. And this one is Hungry Ghost. Like at first I was like, it doesn't show up, but then I do that and it's like, wah! Okay, that is so stinking pretty. Also got a new lip gloss to try. Oh, and for their little birthday thingy, they have a Super Shock Pressed Pigment. What? It says not for eye area. I will keep it for my immediate eye area because that's not where I was going to put it anyway, but it's going kind of up there because this, I did swatch this yesterday when I got it at work. And this one is called Birthday Treat. And it's not normally a color I would buy. It was free, but dang, that's pretty. That's good. More than a little bit irritated though that I just saw that this thing says not for eye area. I could have sworn this was a Super Shock shadow, but now it says a Super Shock Pressed Pigment. And I also got this loose pigment in the shade Power Up, but power is spelled without the vowel, so it's just PWR Up. I realized the whole reason I used the eye primer I did is because I wanted to use those pressed glitters, but I really don't need a 100% full-on glitter eye. But I think that might be what we're getting, because... oh well. I didn't realize this pigment was shimmery. I knew it was bright, but I forgot that it was shimmery. I thought it was just like, you know, just like a pink with a punch. So let me throw down something slightly more adulting. Well, this is my Chocolatier from Coastal Scents. And I'm putting that in my crease. Since I'm wearing black, I'm going to wet my brush. And I'm going to go into one of my matte shades of gray. I'm going to go into Burnished Brunette. And I'm going to go into Berry Gray on top of that. I'm using that dry. I was going to use Burnished Brunette dry, but it's still a little wet in the pan there, so it can't be bothered. Okay, now I've just wiped off my brush. I'm just going back through and blending that creasy area. Take a little bit more base booster. I'm just going to put that right in the center. That little tiny bloop was a little more than I needed. And I did that because I'm going to go into this pressed glitter. So we're going to go into Fyre and Hungry Ghost. I can play with another time because my jam is green. Oh Lord, that is. God, that's awesome. Okay, so I was only trying to get a little tiny bit, but I got way too much. Oh my gosh. But they gotta match, so I'm gonna do it on the same side over here. Because it is one thing to look crazy, it is a whole nother beast to be crazy and uneven. That's doing the most. That is not what I wanted to do. I really just thought I was just gonna put a little bit right there and it's gonna be and not everywhere. So I'm gonna go back into Chocolatier. Oh, that does not look cute. I was trying to calm it down, but it more muddied it, which I kind of understand. But I've done this before with glitter thingies up here, and I thought it would work. This is why you don't try new crap right before work. Not only do I not have time to fix it, I have to go to work like this. But since I've got so much glitter on my lids, I need to calm this stuff down. So I'm gonna go into Harvest Brown and just make that more basey. That behaves. Oh, girl. Okay. It is what it is. Okay, so I need to brush off my bake real quick. I'm still doing okay on time, but not risking it. Crud. Now I think I remember why I stopped using this topaz powder. Somehow it makes me a little gray. This is exactly why I stay away from yellow. It gets on my skin, it doesn't matter how light or how dark it is, and I look gray. Crudity crud. So we're gonna fix that real quick. Use my Revolution Peach powder on these higher areas, forehead and nose. And for this middle part of my cheek where it hit a little bit, I'm gonna use this Neo from the Zaharan Blush Volume 1 palette from Juvia's Place. It's kind of got bronzer properties, at least in my opinion. It really just brings back a little bit more life. Okay, crisis averted. I'm gonna go into Abby for contour blush and my Midnight Ebony powder for actual contour. Throw on some lip primer. This is the Ulta lip primer. So a couple other things I got from ColourPop. Well, it's from the Disney Villains collection. I got this lip gloss in the shade Bad Apple. I got another lip liner that I didn't need. And then I got this lip liner, a ColourPop's collaboration with Shayla. It's the Proceed with Caution line she did. And I actually didn't really like most of the stuff in that category. I wanted to try something by her anyway, but I don't like yellows and stuff. But the reason why I got this, I'm such a child, is my name is Shayla. And so I got the pencil and I actually colored it in with Sharpie, and then I put some tape over it. So now I have a pencil with my name on it because I'm that much of a child. So this is the BFF4 lip liner. Again, that lip liner is nice. I think I'm gonna have to buy a few more of those just so I can always have one around, because that's like one of those colors and depths that I can use with pretty much anything I use. Oh, and it has a brush and not a doe foot. Yay! I'm so happy. I might be crazy, but I think this smells like caramel apple. Okay, and since this is lip gloss, it's gonna probably wear off, so I'm putting that in my thing to take with me. Oh, and I didn't finish my face yet. So I'm gonna put on my Ben Nye Nutmeg powder, which is my everyday all-over powder. And I guess we're really gonna see how this foundation is gonna work out today, because I don't have time to set with my RCMA No Color powder. I mean, I might, but I'm not going to risk it. I need to be on time for work. Okay, there's that. Brush up my brows. Yeah, I'm very, very disappointed in the way my eyeshadow turned out today. And that is not the fault of the eyeshadows. That's just me being the queen of disasters that I am. Use my rose water. That still failed. Well, since the powder that got on my shirt didn't get wet with the rose water, I should be able to dust that off later when my hands are less makeupy. Right now I'm putting on my socks. So my socks, just another shade of green. Okay, just use my Urban Decay De-Slick. And I had planned on doing more to my hair. I mean, I put in some moisturizer and I brushed through it, but not gonna happen. So that's what we've got today. I will check in when I remember. That's what we're going with. Bye. Okay, I almost forgot to do an update, but this is 14 hours. I'm a little bit dewy, but I mean, seriously, it's not that bad. And again, that's 14 hours of wear, and I didn't do my RCMA setting powder to start or finish. And the only reason I think I'm a little bit dewy now is because I just took a nap and I was a little sweaty. But 14 hours. Now, if I can find my actual shade and not have to mix to get a shade, I'll be stoked.